So today I thought we would draw some sea turtles. We've been doing a bunch of, this week and this month is Ocean Month, and I am doing a bunch of different drawings for sea turtles. So I thought I'd do a sea turtle. This is the little sketch that I came up with for my sea turtle. So we're going to draw him and then put him in the ocean. I don't know, we'll put some coral around him or something. Okay, so basically I want him to be about this big. Right here we're going to do his face. So I'm going to do his head. And then, okay, if you look at sea turtles, their eyes are on each side of their head. They're not like on top. They're, you know, I don't know if you can see that. They're right on each side of her head. So we're going to do one circle on this side for an eye, and then another circle over on this side for an eye. I put eyelids on almost every character, so I put the eyelids on there, and then eyeballs, so he can see where he's going, and then we're going to put a big smile. He's going to be a happy turtle. And we're going to put this other line that goes around. If you look at a sea turtle, they have different patterns and stuff around their eyes, and they have patterns at the top. So I'm going to add some squares and patterns. And remember, the more you draw, the more you have to color, which is fun. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is let's put his shell on him. So we're going to draw the shell. We're going to start about here, and we're going to go out like that. And then we're going to come down here, let's see, maybe, you know, not in the center, but a little bit off of the center. And we're going to pull a line back out for the top of his, this is the top of his shell. And then we're going to put a neck on him, and we're going to stop it because we've got to put the bottom shell on him. But right here, I think we're going to put flippers on him. Let's do the first flipper. And there's two little lines. Then we're going to take the top little line, and we're going to pull it out and back around and give him like these little flippers. So this is one of his flipper paddle things, and I don't know that they should be that. They probably shouldn't be this sharp when I'm looking at them. They're probably a little more smooth, but you know, that'll work. So then we'll make this one that way. So we're going to do another paddle, another flipper, another arm that's going to come out and back around. And then we'll just make it not so sharp. And we're just going to do these loops and pull one more loop and then pull it back in. And there's a second flipper. And then we're going to put another flipper down here for the back leg. It's going to be two lines. Then we're going to pull it out and back around. And we'll do the same thing. And there's his back flipper. And then we're going to add, so this was his neck. We're going to add his shell, the rest of the bottom half of his shell. And see, we did the flippers first because the shell is physically going to be behind the flippers. So we're going to go in and put in these lines, and we're going to pull it around and end up back here to his tail. And I kind of went over so we can go like that so he has a tail. Surely they have tails. Okay, and then on the back, now a tortoise has a large section right here as a pattern on his shell, and then he has other, you know, other squares. If you look at a sea turtle, looks a little different. So if you want to do a different pattern for your sea turtle, you can. That's a shell for a sea turtle. Here's one of the shells for a sea turtle. I'm trying to see if I have any other. I don't know if you can tell what the sea turtle's shell, like this is a pattern around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out and I'm going to do the pattern around the outside. So basically they're just little squares. around the outside. For that pattern around the outside. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to put in just a large section here. And then I'm going to go in and put in the other sections for his shell inside here. Like that. And maybe another one. Like that. All right, so there's our sea turtle. All right, so then I think what I want to do is I actually want to put him in some coral. So I think what I'm going to start out with is maybe some rocks where the coral is going to live, grow out of. Maybe this is a sandy bottom, like that. And then we're going to have one of the coral, I think I'm going to have a loop around. I'm going to have 3. And then I'm going to do loops inside of it, like that. And then maybe we have some seaweed coming up from here. Maybe like that. And it's fun to have it all kind of weave in together. And instead of doing just 2, I always like to do 3 and 5. When you're coming up with a design, it's really good to have more, to either have odd numbers, like there's 3 of these, we have 2 rocks, maybe we put another rock in here, so you have 3 rocks, and then you have 3 of these. Now on here, I'm going to draw little leaves. And I don't know, they're called leaves under the water. If it's like a seaweed or... Now remember, if I'm going too quickly, if I'm drawing too fast, you can always stop the video, catch up, and then turn the video back on. That's what's so wonderful about video. I'm going to do this one too. When you're putting details in, sometimes it takes a little longer than if you don't put the details, right? But sometimes the details are what make everything really interesting. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some other seaweed. Remember, we have to skip over him because he's in front of the seaweed. And come up and come back and follow it back down. And I think I'm going to do 3 of these also. I'm going to go over his flipper, back behind everything, just like that. So then the seaweed is behind the other seaweed. See how I did that? You can see where it's, oh, I kind of got off right there. The seaweed is in back further than the one that's in front. And then maybe I'll do one more. Let's see where I want to put it. I guess I can start up here and do that. And then it can come in here and go down there. How about that? There. So now we have seaweed and all kinds of stuff to color. What do you think? Don't miss another video. Subscribe today. All right, now let's color our turtle. Turtles have different colors. Some of them have the yellow and orange on them, and some of them are blue and green. So you get to do it, you get to color yours any way you want to. I'm going to start out with, I think, coloring him, doing a bunch of stuff in green. Ooh, that didn't turn out like I wanted it to. That's not the color I want. I want this color. There. Ah! Oh well. Alright, so I'm going to go in here and do some green. And then I may go back in and add some blue. Maybe these little these little squares and stuff can be blue. And if you like this drawing, come back to see me. I have created all kinds of fun, cartoony type of drawing. I also have lots of larger art classes if you're interested. Read the description below, and there's links to my website and to other places where you can find information about my art classes. And I think his back, I'm thinking about doing a different color for his back. Maybe instead of blue or green, maybe bringing in some of these other colors. Don't know. Let's see. All right. So maybe we can take this other darker green that I didn't know that I was thinking it was a lighter green, and maybe we'll use it to kind of put some shadows in. Like that. And maybe even we could use that to put some other patterns on him. That works. I was thinking maybe I'll do some of it could be blue too. All right. Let's see, what color is this? All right, I was gonna color his eyes blue so he can have some blue eyes. And what happens if I add blue to this? That kind of works. All right. The darker blue for these. These patterns that are on him are to protect him, I guess, right? So he kind of doesn't... So he can hide from predators. Well, I'm gonna make his shell orange with some red. Here's an orange tail. Alright, so I need a different green. Do we do green or blue? Maybe we do blue right there. Alright, we're going to use it anyway. Oh, he even had yellow on the bottom of him. Add a little bit of yellow. And don't know, yeah, it's the same color. We need a different color. Wow, that's the same color too.
If you look at the back of the shell of one of these turtles, you can see that it has all kinds of patterns. So I'm adding some extra pattern to my shell on my sea turtle.
Let's see. We need to color all this back here too, right?
And what I'm going to do for the coloring part of it is speed up my video and add some music, and you guys get to color any way you want to, have fun. I hope you had a blast drawing this turtle and coloring him with some markers, and I'll see you in the next video.